Welcome, welcome, welcome. Someone watching us from every part of the world you are. This is the Atmosphere for Healing, a special program that brings alive the healing ministration of our man of God, the highly esteemed Prophet Uebert. And of course, we are on location right here in Maputo, the beautiful country of Mozambique. And this program is being brought to you through the kind courtesy of the Healing Institute. And with me in studio this hour is a young lady here in Mozambique. And I just want you to listen to the testimony because it's so amazing. Begin to call friends, call relatives, call anybody that there's a new segment of the Atmosphere for Healing. Before we go into the details of this testimony, we want to take this time and opportunity also to thank our man of God, the highly esteemed Prophet Uebert, whose hands and extremities that God continued to use to bring countless healings to thousands upon thousands around the world. Thank you, sir, for granting us this opportunity and for making sure that even while in Maputo, we experience like miraculous healing, the signs, miracles, and wonder, which of course we are privileged to be able to share with the rest of the world. Thank you, sir, for answering the call. But before we continue, I will encourage you that you call someone, you spread the broadcast, and we will be right back just after this short break. Don't go away. Thank you.
God's Medicine, authored by Prophet Uebert Angel. In this book, learn how to receive divine healing and, equally important, how to keep it. Immerse yourself in this teaching by Prophet Angel, a man who has a very potent healing ministration that is seeing multitudes receive their healing from all manner of ailments around the world. Order your copy from www.howard-browne.org or from Amazon Kindle.
Before the break, I told you that we are in Maputo, Mozambique. Maputo is the capital, and I have with me in studio a lady that really went through difficult situation, but I will ask her to introduce herself and of course give you an insight of the problem that she was facing before the encounter with the prophet of God, the esteemed Prophet Uebert. So, welcome to the studio, but first of all, please introduce yourself to us so we know who you are.
Okay. Hi, my name is Margarita. I come from Nampula, Mozambique.
Wonderful, wonderful. Yes. Thank you so much for really coming into studio. I just wanted also for you to tell us exactly what you were suffering from. What were the complications or medical kind of situation that you were facing or that you had before encountering the Prophet Uebert?
Yes, so I had quite a few problems. The first one was uveitis.
Right.
It's a complication of the eyes because I had surgery on my eyes because of cataracts, which I got for a very young age.
Okay.
And after the surgery, I was diagnosed with uveitis, which is inflammation of the eyes, and it's actually dangerous because there's risk of blindness if not treated, if you're not careful. Yes. So I was going through the treatments till there was a time my mom was like, you can't be relying on drops all the time. You're always relying on medication. Why not just get healed and you don't need those things anymore?
Wonderful. Yeah. That powerful, very powerful, because the complications from what you were explaining develop when you had operation of the cataracts.
Yes.
And then the device it developed. Yeah. But the pains that you were going through, how was it affecting you when it comes to your working life or your social gathering, when you're having problem of the eye? What are some of the things that was happening to you?
Yeah, I was having like pain, especially on my left eye.
Right.
There's this kind of pain, it's like, it's not very painful, but you can feel as if it's just getting worse.
Yeah.
But it's like, it's irritating because you want to be fine, but it's irritating your eye.
Right.
So most of the time I was in fear because I'm like, what is going on with my eyes? I just had surgery.
Yeah.
And then that's when I started taking the medication, like it would go down, and then sometimes I would feel it getting inflamed again. Sometimes when I touched my eyes, but sometimes you can't tell that you have it because you have to get tested.
That's right.
To know about it.
Okay.
But most of the times I was in fear.
So definitely were affecting your day-to-day life.
Yes.
You say you have a couple of problems. That's how you started. So that is one of the problems.
Yeah.
Which other problem medically or from the doctor's report that you were having as well?
I was having sinuses.
Sinuses. So tell us what sinuses does to you, or what part of the body affects?
It affects the whole head, but it mostly comes from the ears.
Right.
You have itchy ears,
right.
itchy nose. The palate also gets itchy.
Wow.
Sometimes, especially with the uveitis, the eyes also got itchy.
So it was just like a complication after complication.
Yes.
From the eyes, now like the entire head, then the nose, the ears.
Yeah, and a headache, sometimes blocked nose. And yes, and what made it worse was I would have sneezing sessions where I'll just be sneezing 20 times in a row.
Wow.
Yes.
So if you are in a gathering and it kind of it prompts you that you're about to sneeze, what do you do then?
It's not nice. I mean, even some of my friends already knew that, okay, we know she starts sneezing, and they'll just be waiting. Okay, it's her time to sneeze.
Wow.
And I'll just be going on and on and on.
So that was really embarrassing because much that probably they could not put it in your face, but from your own standpoint, it wasn't any good condition or situation to be in. And be in a gathering of other people as well.
Yeah, it's not.
Wow. So we get from the vices, the sinusitis of the eye, of the entire thing, head, and mainly the nose, and any other complication that you were having besides the two that you have mentioned?
So I was having this complication, which I know it didn't get to a very bad part, but I was having dreams where maybe, like, there was a dream someone shot me here.
Yeah.
And then I was having dreams where on my left side, sometimes I couldn't walk properly. I was only using my right leg or something like that. And maybe, or God was showing me that something is gonna happen, which I had to pray about. And there came a point where my leg, my arm, was getting, I was getting pain.
So you mentioned the first two problems.
Yeah.
First, from the complication developed when you had the operation of the eye from the cataract.
Yeah.
Then from there, the nose and the whole head, and now you are talking about like part of your body almost going like being paralyzed. So, but in the physical, were you feeling pains on that part of the entire left side of the body?
Yes.
You were feeling the pains?
Yes.
And how was it affecting you?
It was really irritating me because the pain I would feel on my leg, I would stand up, and sometimes I would feel it here, and then it would come here, and then it was the whole leg, and then at a point my arm also started hurting.
Wow.
And I'm like, wait, this is the dream I had. And I was praying about it, but I knew that when I came here, it would also be solved.
You knew that if you come in the environment of the prophet of God, the highly esteemed prophet Uebert, all your complications, all your problems would definitely be solved. Well, listen, somebody, you have listened part of what we will continue on this amazing testimony from our sister Margarita, where she spoke about complications after complications happening to her that affected her daily life, affected she going even in a gathering of people. So I want to just take this time wherever you are, watching this particular broadcast, watching this episode of the Atmosphere for Healing, it is your time to understand, because you say, I knew that if I come and encounter the man of God, the earliest esteemed prophet Uebert, my problems will be solved. God continued to use the prophet to this last dispensation. And many, when they believe so dearly and get connected to the prophet of God, surely there's a solution. Surely the problems will go away, because the power of God, the potency of that power is resident when the prophet of God is in town. And surely we saw it in Mozambique, the city Maputo, where the power of God was being demonstrated at another dimension. Margarita was one of those that really is now sharing this testimony, where for years she had all these complications. So now tell me, you say, I believe if I go in that environment where the prophet of God is ministering, I will get my healing. Yes. So tell us exactly, how did it develop when you got in the environment of the prophet? Did he pray for you, or first you started, because we had also Healing Institute session where they were teaching. So you attended the Healing Institute because you registered.
Yes.
Okay. And now let's just come to that night where the prophet of God was going around now ministering to people. Did he pray for you? Did he speak to you? What happened? Because we are interested to know exactly how it really happened when you capture or got your healing.
I remember when he came to pray for me, he was praying for we were in a group.
Yeah.
He was praying for other people, and then he came to me and he asked, but there was a man who was translating, he was asking
That's
in
right.
Portuguese.
From English to Portuguese, right.
And I was telling him in Portuguese, but then I'm like, wait, I speak English.
Wow.
So I'm like, wait, I'll just tell the prophet. So I told him, and he heard my problem and stuff. And then he just walked away. I'm like, wait, what's going on? And he had this, I think it was a napkin. Yeah.
The mantle.
So
the handkerchief.
Oh, he had the, yes. So he came back, and then he put his hand on my eyes. So which means, I think
it ministered to you, the healing, because with that mantle, as you said, he put it on your face, on your eyes.
It was only on the eyes, but also I'm better in the other parts.
The fact that you came in contact with the prophet of God, it changes the entire being, from the head, that is from the crown of your head to the very sole of your feet. The power of God was being transmitted through the hand touch of the prophet. He said the mantle is not ordinary. That's why when he touches you, he said, though it was your eyes, but the rest of your body, you receive the healing. So immediately when he ministered that healing to you, how did you begin to feel? Your body begin to align, I believe. What was the feeling like after encountering the prophet of God, Prophet Uebert?
I felt good. It's like I felt an energy, basically.
Wow.
I felt,
So powerful.
So
when you went in the service, the things that you couldn't feel, immediately that energy, that relief that you did not feel when the prophet ministered to you afterward, you felt that all your body, everything was just being, rejuvenated.
Yes.
Wow.
Because it's like sometimes you can be a little tired. Sometimes it's like you're weak. Maybe you are irritated or something. But then when he prayed for me, it's like I felt energy, and I had more, how can I say, I felt a bit stronger.
You rejuvenated. That's the power of God that the man of God carries. Because when he ministers to you, we know surely and certainly that you will never be the same. There's no one who has encountered him that remains the same. This is why this is so amazing. The power of God touches you because the hands of the prophet have touched you. And here you are sharing your testimony. So powerful. Listen, somebody, you are watching this program. You say, well, that is for Margarita, but what's about me? All you have to do, as she did, was there was a connection with the prophet of God. All you have to do is that connection that has to be taken with the prophet of God, whether it's on YouTube, whether it's on Facebook, any social media platform, even our own television channels, Miracle TV, Good News TV, any part of the world you are, in the realm of the spirit, distance has no barrier. So the only thing that is required of you is to get connected to the prophet of God. And surely, as she's sharing her testimony, you too will have your testimony to be shared. So it's important, you said, because as soon as he touches you, your whole body is like it being adjusted to the fine tune, actually, with the healing already flowing through your body.
Yes.
So powerful, so powerful.
Amen.
Now, somebody watching us now, and they might be going through probably a similar situation that you have described of all the problems you had before the encounter with the prophet of God, Prophet Uebert, and they are watching. Do you have anything to say to that person watching us? You can look in the camera and tell that person.
Okay. The only thing I have to say is you have to believe. Mm-hmm. You have to believe. Right. And it might sound crazy, but maybe you should accept, okay, maybe I should be crazy for this, to believe such things. Because what the devil does is he lies to people so that they have doubt. And once you have doubt, that's where the problem begins. Yeah.
But you believe that when you come and encounter the prophet of God, your healing will be sure. And surely you got your healing sealed totally, free for free. That's the power of God that is resident in the man of God, the earliest time, Prophet Uebert. Now, this testimony that you are sharing, and the man of God, because he's still here in Mozambique, I believe it's a blessing. For him to even come to Mozambique. Here you are, one of the countless testimonies that we had that night, and you are one of those sharing your testimony. Do you have anything to say to the prophet of God? You can look in the camera and speak. Anything you have to say to the prophet of God?
So first of all, I want to say thank you to the prophet.
Amen.
I'm very grateful for him coming here.
Wow.
And because before he came here, I remember he went to Tanzania, and I wanted to go there, but it was too late for that. So then, because I prayed about me going there to meet him.
Wow.
But then I heard the news he was coming here, so I'm like, oh, I don't need to go there. Yeah. So for me, it was more of like, I didn't miss out. So I'm really grateful for coming to Mozambique. I know a lot of lives will be changed. A lot of lives have been changed.
Amen.
And I also want to thank God for using Prophet Uebert Angel.
Amen.
And I know some people can be like, yeah, but it's God doing those things. It's not him. Then you have to ask the person, okay, so if God can just use anyone, then you be it. Try to do what he did. Yeah, it's not easy. Like
wonderful,
how people.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
The power of God, He's God's mouthpiece. He's God's choice. That this dispensation we are living, when it comes to signs, miracles, and wonder, God uses the prophet of God to actually execute, the plan of God concerning your life. That is to get your healing. And I said for 4 years, after the cataract and after the operation and the complications that develop and all these things that start to just come and bother you, and professionally, you couldn't really do what you wanted to do in your free will. But until the prophet of God came on the scene, until the prophet of God visited Mozambique, particularly in Maputo, you were where you were. That was before the meeting the prophet. But after you met the prophet, here you are testifying to the goodness of God and being a testimony to the rest of the world that God uses the prophet Uebert, to heal, because the potency of the power of God is resident in him. What a powerful testimony. What a powerful testimony. Listen, you have heard, you have seen, and you have understood that God uses the prophet of God Prophet Uebert Angel, to perform the miracles, which of course you are listening to this testimony. Why? Because he's God's choice. And because of that, all you have to do is to get connected to the prophet, is to make sure that even if it's any broadcast, whether it's YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Good News Television, Miracle TV, any chance and opportunity that you have to be able to get connected to the prophet, and do it. And you will be next in line receiving your miracle and testifying this amazing testimony. I mean, we don't want to stop really, because there are more testimonies that have come out of the meeting in Maputo, Mozambique. When the prophet of God arrived here, since its arrival and the 2 days Power Pack Conference, which was on the 8th and the 9th of September 2023. It was power, 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 and testimonies upon testimony flow. So all you have to do, get connected to the prophet of God, and surely you will also have a testimony. But before we go, we also want to take this time and opportunity to thank our man of God again and again, Prophet Uebert Angel, for answering the call of God and granting us the platform that we are able to share with the rest of the world that which God is doing through you, sir. We really honor you, we appreciate you, and we thank you for really availing yourself and answering to the call of God. But until next time, as I said, this program, The Atmosphere for Healing, has been brought to you through the kind courtesy of the Healing Institute. But good news to you, until next time, bye-bye for now. And this is Pastor Moses. Bye-bye.
Receive your healing at the Healing Institute with Prophet Uebert Angel. Register for free at www.healinginstitute.org.